Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of Dark Souls 3. And in the previous one, we managed to basically destroy an entire village. We encountered a very depressed individual who wants the whole world to burn away. I did try to give him advice and say that it's not the best thing for him, but, you know, I'll let him be him. At the same time, I've also killed all of his offspring, so I'm not really... I can't really blame the guy for being so depressed. But you know, they give 100 souls a piece, and they're relatively easy to take care of. And I think, like, if the incentive was if you kill a person and get $100 in general, I wonder how many people would actually take you up on that offer. Not take you up, but how many people would actually turn into murderers. I feel like I don't want to find out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna start offering money for something like that to happen, but in the context of a video game world where basically all of my success is measured on just how far I come and how many souls I have, I feel like I'm very much incentivized to commit this atrocious acts in order to kind of keep going. So I'm gonna justify my actions in this way. If you don't find that too particularly appealing, I'm sorry, but you know, some of us have a family to feed and we have work to do and things to get done with, and you know, our children eat souls, and I really need to provide a steady supply of them in order for them to kind of stay healthy and happy. Happy maybe not, but healthy and alive definitely yes. The fact you jumped down on me and tried to ambush me in such a pathetic way is, well, pathetic. But then again, you are an unborn child, so I can't blame you too much for your very awful strategies, admittedly. I feel like they're the kind of enemies which at some point will just explode and turn really, really horrible. Like this guy. Dunk Pie. They're even giving you bad drops. Don't tell me that these enemies are supposed to be hard. But they are attacking me, so if anybody tries to sue me, it was self-defense. Just say it was self-defense, that's gonna be completely fine. So I did explore here, let's go up here. Okay, so I see a lot of bloodstains, which either means that all the players playing were... Okay, so what the hell is gonna happen here? I don't really want to find out. Oh, it's the big fella. So apparently I'm not the only one who takes pleasure in killing these chicks. Excuse me, sir? Oh, he's the same guy as before, except this guy doesn't have claws. Whoa. I'll heal. Let's fight, Birdman. That's one hit. That's two hits. I'm gonna heal. No, I'm not gonna heal. I'm gonna heal now. I'm not gonna heal now. I'm gonna heal now. Yikes. Okay. So see how so many people managed to die. This guy's definitely in a class of its own. And when I say in a class of its own, I really mean he's not an infant who can't defend himself. He's actually a highly skilled individual who's very good at combat and has obviously studied the blade to a certain extent. So let's go back and try to fight him. I'll definitely say it's a bit of a shock, not a shock, but it's definitely a bit of a difference to how you approach most enemies and how you approach him. Like, it lulls you into a full sense of security, and then the guy just comes and starts wrecking your face. So first the appetizers, the little guys, the appetizers. The fact he deals like 1300 damage to them and only deals so little. You know what? You got lucky for the first time, punk, but now I've realized what your secret is. And this will spell your demise. You're dead, son. There's nothing you can do. I've trained in the Navy SEALs. What's the copy pasta? You're done for, kiddo. Nothing personal. See, I told you. Hello? Oh, he died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friend. Just get good. Can I jump on top of this rooftop? It looks like it's something that would be possible. But then again, my jumping capabilities, or at least the jumping capabilities of the guy I'm playing as, are 0 to none. Wow. Really? Oh, they're trying to bump you off. They're using the environment to their advantage. I mean, that's extremely clever of them. So it does show that they have some semblance of mental capacity. So it's not like they're just useless. They have some logical brain functioning, but they're just so very weak. Like, you can be the smartest guy in the world, but if you're trying to pick a fight with someone who's obviously stronger than you, then maybe you're not really that smart, right? That's all I'm saying. I mean, you can be a good strategist without being strong, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is he trying to play the piano? I feel like he's at peace here, and he's not really aggressive. But he started screaming, and it sent me into a state of panic, so it just struck him. Look, I just want stuff, really. I don't want to kill anything or anyone, I just want free stuff. Be wary of right. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you. Really, that's all that life can boil down to. I just want free stuff and I want to have fun. Right? I feel like that's going to be a good indication of what most people want in their life. Now, you know, when you think about it, getting free stuff is, like, it sounds nice, but it's definitely not, I think, something most people would want. Like, it might seem like that's something you do want, but I think quickly we'd all realize that getting things for free without a challenge is not really enjoyable. And I'm not saying getting free things in general is not good, like if someone gave me a bunch of money. That would definitely, like, increase the quality of my life, but if I kept receiving things without any challenge or without having to work for it, I feel like that would make the life in general a lot less interesting. Not just less interesting, but like less interactive in some sense, because there's nothing you would do, right? Everything you would try to attempt would just already be done for you, and that, I think that's a very sad existence in some sense. Because, I'm sorry. Oh, yikes. I am glad that the guy hasn't killed me. Yet. Well, tough luck, son. Can I plunge on him? Oh yeah, that felt satisfying. I didn't want to strike him for the second time. Heal? Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Just strike him twice, maybe 3 times. Oh yeah. Thanks. Gosh, we got it. So I guess it's all leading me back to going this direction. Maybe I need to open the fence. Does not open from this side. Apparently not yet. I think that the bridge was definitely the right way to go, but I already managed to destroy everything. So let's just go back there and let's have a nice little chat. So just getting everything for free in life, like without any challenge at all, would definitely feel, I think, cheap at times. Like, what would you aspire to be? Like, things that we set out to do, like, for example, beating Dark Souls or doing anything else in our lives, is exactly interesting because we know it's not just going to be given to us. So, like, solving a puzzle is not interesting if you know what the solution is. And that's not to say that knowing the solution cannot make it more interesting. I think when you spend a certain time on a puzzle and when you actually try to think about it and when you try to deduce and see where it's leading you to or whatever, it's very satisfying to eventually get to know what the solution is, and maybe you can realize where you thought wrong, or maybe what your bad presumptions were, or anything like that. It can help you, give you some perspective on maybe how to think for the next time. But if you haven't put any effort in the first place, I feel like in that case, then just knowing the solution from the start is not really going to be doing anything. And this is kind of what I was talking about like 4 episodes ago, when you have a riddle which is unsatisfying to solve when basically the whole premise of the riddle is to already know the answer in advance. And the answer is not entirely illogical, but it's definitely not something you would expect, or at least not something that you can deduce. I'm not saying that every riddle should be like this, or that like everything in life should be like this, but I think we as humans definitely need at least some challenge in order to keep us motivated and just to kind of keep us going. I think I need to drop Yeah, that's defense. If I just drop down here, that's gonna be... That's gonna get me to the location I wanted to go in the first place. Yeah, see, I saw this guy. I figured something like this was hiding and lurking beneath the shadows. And I assume there might be more than one. Yeah, see, there's that guy. Yeah, I think there's at least 2 of them in this house. I'm not just gonna drop down. That seems extremely silly. Maybe if I go in on the well, that might provide me a safer cushion. But I might need to go through the house in order to get to the other... or maybe I can go around the house. Or maybe I can just drop down on the side I actually want to drop down. Well, how about that? And the same goes for Dark Souls as well, right? If everything would just die in one shot, there would be no skill. There would be no extra challenge. Like, everything you would do is just walk up to enemies and they would instantly die. And that would not make the game fun. And I feel like to a certain extent, that's a very hard thing to do, especially in games. You have to have the right balance of challenge and the right balance of how difficult it is and how easy it is, so you can actually make the game fun. Enough fun that people still feel like they're improving, that they actually do something about their situation, but at the same time you don't want to make it so easy that they can just coast through without any challenge. And that sounds obvious when you say it out loud.
Time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
So like this guy, if this guy managed to die in one shot, that would make it extremely unsatisfying. So apparently they've recognized that I actually haven't left the place, and now this guy is on a sacred crusade to destroy me, which I can't blame him for. I get it. I haven't been obeying the queen, which he obviously is loyal to. That was a very bad goal.
Inside the cold, fainting curiosity could be your cross.
He thinks I've learned my lesson. Now, that is funny. Me learning my lesson, that's in a game like this, that's never going to happen. I'll keep trying until eventually I get to the end. Because, mate, you're working against the ludonarrative dissonance, not dissonance, that's not the right word. But you're working against the narrative here. By saying, oh, you should not explore when the entire premise of the game is to explore. So really, your words are meaningless to me, my friend. But apparently you're also not a friend, and I call people friends sarcastically, even though they are not. Which might be rude of me in some sense. Maybe it gives them a false sense of security, like they might have at least one friend in the world. I should just be striking him, because he's so easy to destroy once you actually get aggressive. Like, he's very vulnerable. Just die. Thank you. They drop a lot of shards, and I don't really need them. I got a bunch of chunks from, like, the special area before. Not the special area, but from the second DLC, which I accidentally stumbled into. So that's nice, and I got the shards here. Maybe I might upgrade a different weapon and try that, but I really like the axe. It feels so very powerful. I've heard your speech. I'm not afraid of you. I was talking about the challenges before and how interesting it is when not games, but life gives you a little bit of a challenge. That's easy enough that you can see how to overcome it, but not hard enough that it takes you forever to do it. So I definitely feel like this guy is beatable in a lot of senses. Excuse me, you kinda locked onto me? I mean, I know you did. So he swings faster than I do, especially with that rolling attack. What? Excuse me? What was that? I think I got him. I think I figured him out. He's a dark hand of some sort. So, you know, because he's a dark hand, I think I figured it out and I just roll into him. That's so silly. They're usually bad people, which gives me an indication that the queen might not be the best of people as well. Buffing in the middle of combat, like, how BM is that? Like, that is... he rolls a lot. He said I don't have the stomach, but he'll be very surprised when he sees how persistent I am. When he sees me for the umpteenth time, he's gonna be like, does this guy ever give up? Sir Wilhelm. You're healing? No, 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 my friend, that is not okay. I was healing too, so he took his chance. Nice quick dodge. Yeah, he swings faster than I do, so I really need to pick my battles very carefully. Or at least when I choose to swing my weapon.
I trust you've learned your
Thanks.
lesson.
Trust you've learned your lesson.
Inside the cold, painting curiosity driven your cross.
Oh, okay. I think I can take him. I think I can take him. I just need to pick my swings a little bit smarter. I feel like this episode is full of good life lessons, really. And I feel like in general, Dark Souls, when you think about it, at least in the way you play, is full of life lessons in general. And you just need to look for them. And not just Dark Souls, I think every piece of media and art can be interpreted in a way that I think might help your life a little bit, which might sound a little bit pretentious, but you know, you have to think about it in terms of who made the game, and not the game, but any art you're watching or experiencing. They probably put in a lot of their soul and themes and motives in there, right? And if you kind of think about those themes and how they're represented in the piece of media you're experiencing, you might get a new perspective on things, and I think getting a new perspective like that is always good. I know you're seeing this for the third time, maybe like the fourth time already, but I was kind of talking and didn't want to really cut, so instead of cutting like literally 20 centimeters or like 10 inches, I just figured I'm gonna kill him again, and then we can fight the Wilhelm again. If I manage to fail this time, I'm just gonna keep cutting back until eventually he falls and realizes who is the superior warrior in this case. Maybe I need to turn on my Ultra Instinct. Let's go Super Saiyan, boys. I'm not afraid of you, my friend. You think I'm a fleeing man? I'm the opposite of a fleeing man. You told me to flee, but I'm still here, my friend. The fact he said that I like the stomach. Like, I'm so upset over that. Because I've slain the Lord of Cinder, the Pontiff Sullivan. You wouldn't even stand a chance at Pontiff. The Pontiff would destroy you. I can get about a third of his HP when I actually manage to land a hit, so I just need to be patient. Oh. Does he heal off that? I didn't know that was an instant kill. I mean, it's very telegraphed, but I figured if I attack him while he's charging up, I can actually cancel the animation. But apparently not. So I'll see you back at this guy when I actually get there. So full disclosure, I did lose 40,000 souls, and I thought about something. At first, I was feeling guilty for killing the infants, like the little birds, because I felt like I was doing something very rude, but then I realized they actually respawn every time I respawn, so that means that I'm not actually killing them because they keep coming back to life, so I'm not really feeling bad anymore for them. At least I feel a slightly less guilty. I still feel a little bit guilty, but this guy, this sword wielding guy, Sir Wilhelm, now I will not feel guilty for his death, because he's standing in the way of great success for me, and I'm so bad. I almost got him before, but then I managed to die in the last second because I switched to my torch instead of swinging. Don't even ask me how I did that, because I feel like that's a story for a whole another day. Yikes, okay. Let's just drink too. Let's just keep it topped off. Nice, 2 shots. Solid, solid. I'm not afraid of you, sir. Wilhelm. Should I be? Perhaps. Fine, we can do this all day, my friend. He ran out of patience first. He never played Ring Around the Rosie. I'm a master of Ring Around the Rosie. This is not true. I don't even know how to play that game. But apparently I'm better at it than this guy is, so. Ring around the rosy, boys. Maybe we can try it again? Nice, nice. That was... The fact that I can't cancel that unless I hit him twice is extremely... What happened there, my friend? You can't do that in public. That's extremely inappropriate. Not to say illegal. Public exhibition. Now he's dead. You will not survive this battle, my friend. I don't know why I turned British for a second. She won't forgive you. I read that as contraception key, and I was like, that is on point. Oh well. He's definitely not having any babies again, I'll tell you that much. Hey! Forgive me, my lady. She won't forgive you. You failed her. How could she forgive you? Don't worry. I'll make her forgive you eventually. That sounds so menacing, and I do intend it to sound menacing. Oh, there's the contraption key. Don't ask me how a key fits the lever there, or like why we couldn't press it without the lever. But I assume it's just there so you can't actually use the thing before destroying him. I prefer destroying to killing because it feels like it's a little bit less personal in some sense. Who is that?
I believe I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke, the one to show me flame. 'Tis good. When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good, I promised, Uncle.
Okay, so she has an uncle, Gale. Don't know who that is. This is a shortcut, 100%. Is this another shortcut? Oh yeah, there's a bonfire right there. Tell me this doesn't open. Fine. Just tease me with a bonfire. It shouldn't be that far off because it should be right here. Right. If I just drop down, it should lead me to the bonfire. Nice. Awesome. This seems like a good way to actually, a good place to end the episode. I always say this seems like a good way to end the episode. I mean, it is a good way because I think it's a fitting way, but it's also like a good place to end the episode. Let's just open the shortcut before I forget that. It's not really a shortcut, but it does pay off to explore sometimes. Like, I feel like if I just kind of went straight to the door, I would have missed this very important bonfire and landmark. We're either going that direction in the next episode or maybe down there. Not down there. Yeah, down there. There is a bridge there. We'll see where this actually leads us. I'm not really sure what this fair maiden is talking about. She's talking about Gale. She looks kind of like a firekeeper, and I'm not really sure if that's canon or like if her being here has any kind of significance. But then again, I did hear that the lore of Dark Souls 3 in general is a little bit messed up. Not messed up, but that something like isn't sitting right. I haven't really explored it because I haven't finished the game. I want to finish the game first, then I'll read on the lore, and maybe if I figure something out, I'll let you know. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.